What's up, everyone? Welcome to the stream, and we're gonna paint some Destiny artwork. We're just in the beginnings. I did some rough groundwork already, like the composition. I can still shift stuff around, but the story behind it is the interesting thing. The story is that this is actually a painting I make for one of the best, if not the best, Destiny 2 players, and I was able to last weekend actually play with him. Like the way it works is you need to be on Twitch, you follow his stream all the time, you look, you don't have to watch it, you just leave it open in a tab. So you collect the channel points, in that case they're carrots. And when you have enough carrots, then you can actually participate either in a raffle, then you have to have enough luck to actually be drawn, or you participate in an auction and you need to have a lot of carrots. He was saying like 98% of the watchers don't have enough channel points to win an auction. So you have to really watch for a lot and not using the carrots for other stuff like participating in raffles or whatever. And then you participate in an auction and you win it. I won the auction last weekend. And that means he's taking you into the game for an hour where you need to make like 7 consecutive wins to become flawless. And during that, I was asking him if he wants me to paint a picture for him, his character, and yeah, so he was happy about that, and this is what I'm doing. That's the background story of this one now. And I hope my mic was on so everybody could hear it. Yes, it was on. Beautiful. So we're gonna continue, and I'm gonna use actually some weapons out of the game, so I need to use them as a reference here. And yeah, back first of all, the general picture is like you have him standing there. I don't know, it's a little bit anime style, I think, the way he tilts his head to the back and to the side, having his hand on like close to the pistol, which is tied to his hip. The middle thing, this picture here is him like having a weapon close to his face, like a sniper. This is the sniper I'm painting here on the right. You will get that. Then I drew actually his face. Of course, I used the photo as a reference, and like he told me which loadout he wants to have, like actually the one he was actually using there. And I want to make like a, like those technical drawings where you cut through the helmet and you see what's underneath, but you also see on the other half like the helmet on top. That's how I want to do it. And underneath there will be like an animation where, because he's playing a class in that game which is called the Hunter, they're more like the acrobatic kind. And I want to make like a sequence of movements where he is kind of acrobatically flying in the air and then throwing a knife into another Guardian's helmet. So that's the idea what we're gonna do. It will take some time. I don't think we're gonna finish it today. But there will be consecutive streams where I will be continue to draw this picture. In the earlier pictures, I was always talking about smoothing line. This is here the word Glättung. I now tuned it down to 0% because on another art teach channel, they were saying to practice your confidence in your line, just put smoothing on 0. So that's what I'm trying to do right now. Another strategy to actively practice confidence in your lines is actually drawing traditionally with a ball pen, because there's no way you can erase the ink, right? I was still using other tools which helped me to draw very straight lines. I think that is still fair on like non-organic objects, not objectives. Like this gun. when you want to have the barrel of this gun straight, it will be hard to draw the whole thing like completely straight. And yeah, you might be lucky with one completely straight line, but the gun consists of a lot parallel lines, right? Which have to consistently converge towards a fleeing, you say in English, fleeing point? I think the point where all lines converge. Fluchtpunkt is the German name for that. Yeah, so I think for in that case it's fine to use the tools Photoshop offers you to actually make perfectly straight lines. But on the other hand, I really want to practice making more confident straight lines. Thank you. So it's a holiday here in Germany. It's the 1st of May. It's you call it Labor Day here in the US, for example. I think it's a different time. Oh, did I actually call this stream? Give me a second. Okay, I don't know if I put it in the title, but I do it German and English. So if you're tuning in from Germany, you can also write something in German. Können wir auch so quatschen. And the funniest thing is, yeah, for that game I played with that streamer, his name is Gurnider Jake. I planned for that. As I said, I was collecting these channel points. But there was also another streamer on Saturday morning from the UK, and he does rifles, and I'm not watching so much his channel, so I didn't have that many of the channel points. But I won the raffle. I won the raffle, and I was going into the game with him too. So all these years, all these weekends where I played the game, actually, I was never playing with one of the streamers. But when it happens, it always comes in bulk, right? So then I played with both streamers on one weekend, and also then was a very smooth experience. Tore we tore to the enemies like wild animals. 7-0, both 7-0. That was good for my stats. Although I'm very into that kind of stuff, it's a real-time consumer. Okay, this is like where he's looking through, right? And yes, I'm using some reference to make it easier. I also, like, for a certain amount of time, I was following another artist I really like. Her name is Elisa. And she was doing a, do you call it GoFundMe or whatever? She had a project where she wanted to, like, create a book. It was called The Art of Elisa. You could support it. And if you are an early supporter, you get, like, more benefits when actually the pledges reach and stuff like that. And she was actually, when it comes, because her hands were awesome always, and I thought, like, how can you draw hands like that? And what she does is she often tries to imitate the hand position of the actually the thing she wants to draw, right? And takes a picture of that, loads it up, and uses that as a reference to draw the hands. So I actually, in one of these positions, I tried that too. When he's like reaching for his gun. I want to actually use the reference I have. Let me know if there's also a holiday in your region. Here we make some details. But this is going to be a very small thing on the picture. So I think we should not drive ourselves mad and lose ourselves in the details. I still want to make it look cool for the scale it will appear. Like fitting to the scale it will appear on the picture. There was also the lesson about speed on drawings. But speed on drawings is actually less really making all the moves faster. Though I can see with more confidence comes also faster line speed, right? But it's like having a plan in which steps you want to follow through. Like, try to define for yourself a process how you want to paint that picture. For example, first always you draw a more scribbly way of the drawing. It's a little bit like I saw it in in an art class led by people from Marvel. Um, they like when they draw the comics first, you have two kinds of drawers and two functions, two positions, and it doesn't have to be the same person who does it. One is like the penciler, and the other one is the inker, right? So the penciler is a little bit more scribbly, trying to find the shapes in the picture, trying to draw actually what he envisions, right? It's always the biggest challenge, in my opinion. Get what you have in your head on the paper. And then you have the inker who has to interpret the lines drawn by the penciler. Here, by the way, I'm not gonna swing these lines, draw these lines out of my head. Ah, but by the way, I drew them already. Okay, take it. And then I can erase that. No, not this. Is that? Okay. Go in a little bit closer. Hmm. Fine, we can erase that. Maybe I want to leave the upper corner here a little bit. Could take away. That can take away too. Make that a little thinner. Now and then we see a corner. Okay. These. Set to 100. Oh, that's good. I don't know, I feel like I forgot something that I wanted to say. I feel like I didn't finish my sentence. Anyway, when you know what I was talking about, just tell me. Here are the holes. Seems to have like a coolant. This one seems to be like occluded, right? It's hidden. So I make that done. I'll give it like some sort of a comic-y style. Apply something called cell shading, which simplifies the actual lightning, yeah, down to a rather comic-y style. Some markings. There's a little bit of a marking. Not too much though. This is the sniper here that I'm drawing is called Beloved, and you needed to farm a while to get it, but it was quite worth it because it was craftable, and you could craft it with the perks you actually want to have. So I think the one I put it on was quick draw, so you could draw it very fast out of your holster. Like when you need to switch weapon because somebody appears so far in the back to your sniper, quick draw is the way to go. And then the next one was a snapshot, which was a very fast way for aiming down sights. So you could pull the weapon very quick, you could aim down sights right away, so it was all about speed because this game is so fast. Alright, so let's put that behind. This looks good. We don't have all layers connected. Now I do. And he will be wearing this cannon. Like the scope needs to be like on the height of his eye, right? So this is where the gun is. This is where the gun is. Maybe I can put this a little bit into the background also. Okay. So far so good. I like that. So now I need to get more of my references. Send it to me already via WhatsApp. Oh, and by the way, if you like what you see, you would really help me if you would share or like this live, because then I get like more people to join in. I do this just out of my hobby, and that's not my full profession. I'm not earning any money of that, but if I can kind of make my way to affiliate or whatever, that would be so cool. That would give me actually more time to do it, because it takes the worries on another side, you know. Um, Whatever. What's That's the one I wanted to open because I need to use some more references. Because there is a gun he's holding in the upper picture there. So the most used gun for him is the last word. So this is like a hand cannon. That will be in the big picture here on the left. Then you have an often used beloved sniper. And then what he often sometimes uses a sidearm called Traveler's Chosen. So that's the third reference I'm using. But I'm wondering why is it not appearing in the WhatsApp so I can download it. I'm gonna revoke open that again. And the thing is, I don't use last word, which is the iconic gun, not again, because it's rather a weapon you shoot from the hip, so you don't look through the reticle or whatever. I don't want to use a rifle because that would kind of block his face, right? So I pick a sidearm, so it is kind of held in front of him. But my computer seems to be lagging and doesn't want me to open the source. What the heck? I'm already searching for a new computer. It says no connection. WhatsApp has no connection here. Well, if that's the case, then I'm gonna upload it in my Dropbox and I'm gonna search it from there. Always the hassle. More the reason to get a better computer. And this one is not even old. That's depressing. I feel like you need to make the mistakes. You need to pay a lot of money for something that doesn't work until you find out what you have to be looking for. That's kind of annoying. So the next one I'm looking for, I will make sure that it has enough graphics power. I was looking for the NVIDIA GeForce RTX 470 Ti with 12 gigabyte VRAM, then 64 gigabyte RAM for all the processes. Good because I'm using a graphics tablet which has a video port, display port. So I will look for a motherboard that also supports this USB-C. Then I realized how many different USB-Cs there are. 10 gigabyte, 20 gigabyte, 30 gigabyte, even the good gigabytes can be with or without display. I don't know, I'm not so deep in it, but I will always check that it's enough gigabyte and that you can connect a display to that. Computer. Computer says no. Sword for date. Oh, did it upload or not? It looks like it updated, but like there. All right, we have it. Took long enough. So this is the gun. This is the Traveler's Chosen, yeah? We're gonna snip that. And insert it here. We flip it horizontally, and it kind of works. So the gun size will be like around that, I think. Maybe I can make it even a little bigger. Like so. We're gonna push it a little bit to the background, and we will draw some lines on top of it. That's actually the easy part. And we have a lot of straight lines, so I'm gonna make it even easier for me. Oops. What I can do now, draw this, but I will put that on a different layer because these lines rather look like helping lines. It's too high. Looks better. You can see how they kind of converge a little bit the further they go into the back. It's the same thing when you draw a cube. When you want to draw a real cube, never draw it with parallel lines. A cube doesn't have parallel lines in reality. They always converge towards a cube like this, where everything is perfectly parallel. Well, perfectly looks a little different, but this one doesn't exist, you know? You rather, it depends on from where you're looking. Like, let's say we are seeing the cube from the top. The lines need to converge towards a certain point. This is how a cube looks like in reality. No parallel lines, that's my point. They at least a little bit need to converge towards the side. Alright, let's continue. I'm using a new brush here. It's actually I found on another art channel. And it's not my round hard brush, which is just black. The blacks of black without any structure in it. This one has a structure, so that's what I'm trying to. I'm curious about the result, but that's what I'm trying to use. Challenge of drawing metallic parts with hand. So far we're doing good, I think. Let's see how far we can do this by practicing line confidence without any kind of smoothing. As you can see, the smoothing, Glättung it's called, uh, is on 0. That way, because in reality there's no smoothing. And I will at some point go back to real drawings, traditional drawings, not real. They are real too, they're just virtual. Traditional physical drawings, I'll have the same line confidence. And maybe, I don't know, maybe at some point when I think I have enough line confidence, I will use something like smoothing again. Like so. I think the Traveler's Chosen. What was it doing? Was it making this long burst? I think so. Like you could, when you kill one, he suddenly has a burst equipped, which can one-hit the next enemy. But you need to always first eliminate the first one. That's kind of the disadvantage of these perks. Many perks are giving the advantage not for the first combat, but only after you won the first one. You know? There are other perks, which I actually like. They proc right away. They are activated right away. For example, there's one perk in the game, it's called Perpetual Motion. It activates only when you're moving, so no combat needed or anything. Or there's like high impact reserves, which gives you a damage buff when the magazine is like at the bottom half. But with many weapons, you already start with only half a magazine, so it's activated right away, like with fusion rifles. So that's a good thing. I mean, I've been playing this game and almost no other game besides it. It makes me saving money, and I'm kind of so deep in that game. I think when I start, because you always, it's all about time, always, right? I need to split my time, and I would use time for other stuff. It would make me lose my experience I have in the other one. What's everybody eating today? We are planning to treat us with fast food for a change. I'm gonna drive to KFC. Mother's Day this month. So by everything you do, don't forget to get something for the most important people in your life. And that's where we switch to my sponsor. This is, no, just kidding. I have no sponsor. Nobody wants to be sponsored by me. No, the other way around. Nobody wants to sponsor me. right? So repetitive that I can just get that, cut it out, or copy it. One, oops. Here, there, and this. No, we're drawing the bathroom already. Hey, in my opinion, like at this stage, this is no cheating or whatever. I'm sure nobody expects me to paint this gun as an adequate replica out of my head. That's why I'm using this way. Here is the, what's it called? The grip, pistol grip. And this is an exotic sidearm, which means because in your equipment you can have 3 guns and only one is allowed to be exotic. So no combinations for exotic perks. So this is exactly the specific exotic perk that it, after a kill, can shoot a whole burst that one-shots your foes. Kind of looks like this. Blind has been pulled out. We can make actually the outline a little bit thicker. To make the shape, the general shape, the outline more obvious. Then depending on where the light source is, Also, when the corners, the outline is closer to the light or facing the light, you can actually make the lines thinner. On the lower end, you make them thicker. That's how people end up sometimes drawing the same picture over and over again. Because they always draw the pictures from different perspectives, you know? Or with different goals in mind. One goal, for example, is general composition. The next pass you make is regarding capturing the right dynamic in the picture. The next one is line work with the differences of line weight. Then comes the color pass and whatever. So yeah, sometimes people end up painting the same picture over and over because they don't want to or they can't do everything at the same time. Titan. I don't know even which language that is, but thanks for your thanks for your message. I wish you a nice holiday too. Titan. You have Titan in your name. You don't happen to play this game because there's a class which is actually it's Warlock, it's Hunter, and it's Titan. I'm a Hunter main, so are you really telling me that you're a Titan? Alrighty. Well then, which gun am I drawing? Do you recognize it? Ah, you never play? Okay, okay. That's fine. I'm not mad at you, although it's a good game. Yeah, there are many reasons why you could call yourself Titans. Because of the game, it's maybe because of the anime, Attack on Titan, right? Maybe you just consider yourself a Titan. Everything can be. There are Titans in Greek mythology. PC can't handle. Yeah, sometimes my laptop can't handle the streaming, so I need new equipment, that's for sure. I need a better PC. I mean, I'm doing this with a laptop right now. I think it's kind of like being a creator and streaming. I think a laptop is not the ideal choice for that. So this will be the trigger of the gun, right? It's already asking myself, like, what is that for? What is this? Right. Ah. See, also enough of a reason to pick as a name. Completely fine. So now I lower my line weight a little bit because you have these ornaments on the gun. And right now I'm let me see. Yeah, true. You could sell it for collectional for collectors actually. So that's the gun. That's the painting I'm actually drawing. You know, like I make the same character in different positions. One time he's like tilting his head back, having his hand at the gun. The next one is like in the middle of a step where he's walking and sniping. Then I actually made a face on the upper side, and he will be holding the sidearm, and the lower one will be like a acrobatic sequence of movements. That is the idea. Well played. Thanks for the emoji. You mean for your computer once it's a 3D model? You only can play 2D games? So here, I could use the ellipse tool to make it easy, but I want to practice my curves. That sounds weird, by the way. I'm gonna practice my curves. Low poly, I made it on phone, no promotion. All right. So here is where the bullet exits. We have something, it seems like a plane change there. This piece of metal first goes out, then it makes a little bit a contour inwards. That's why you have these ellipse around the ellipse. Like so. All right. Then this is important. I mean, I'm painting over the highlights in here. And I'm not a big fan of that because I'm kind of covering important information. But later I will still pull out the gun as a reference when I colorize it, and I will for sure partly even paint over the black outline, put the shiny reflections and highlights in there. Okay, it looks good. I think we have the front of the gun already. This piece is still missing. We have long straight lines. I'm going to use the ability to just flick my way here through. Which makes it very fast. So, right. I'll lower down a little bit the contour, and I will put here a similar line. Like so. Good. We have another ellipse there. I'm gonna make that in a second. This is the trigger. Like so. Okay. These highlights there, I'm gonna do that later. I'm gonna thin a little bit out the line. Looks fine. Cool. There's another metallic part. And actually, before we go too deep in more details, we can already maybe draw the hands, which are wrapping around the gun, right? There's one more thing. So I'm only making thickness of 3. So okay, good. So now I'm getting out the other picture I made. And here you can see I tried to kind of imitate the position in what way he's holding the gun. So I'm looking at the hands. The only thing I realize is the finger needs to be on the trigger. And that's what I'm going to use as a reference. And I'm going to put that on a new layer. So recording, right? That was important that I don't forget that. So you kind of have the knuckles of the hand need to be like here. They even almost make like a little bow. One knuckle needs to be already on the trigger. The next one spreads apart because there's the finger underneath. Ah, wait. This is how they hold it. It's like this. This. Maybe I have to redo the picture because it looks wrong the way I'm holding the gun. Let me check my photos if I did it already. Well, this gun is held wrong. This gun is held wrong. The gun should be held like this, right? Side down. So give me a second. No, not only talk. This needs to be bended because we're holding the trigger. So something like that. And then it should be a little bit like underneath.
Your whole body?
No, no, no. Only that you only see a little bit from the top of the gun. Not too much, only a little bit. Okay, thank you. Okay, so I think I have it now. What's the ideal position? A little bit from that, yeah. That will be the picture I use. I upload it in my Dropbox. Alright, I don't know why it uploads it in proof, but that is the default. Good. My glove. Drawing glove has to be here, alright. So, the knuckles are actually quite close to each other. Rather here, because the first segment of the fingers is moving downwards. This is the hand. I'll have to increase the size of the gun because the hand and everything is too small, but maybe I can do it even now. Good. Maybe rather like this. Here's the hand. We have fingers. This one I have to move further down. Maybe I can make the knuckles a little bit bigger. Here's one. Here's one. Here's a smaller one. You won't see much of that anyway, but just want to get it right from the beginning. like so. Here's the smallest, okay. The skin of the finger bulges there a little bit. Moves down here. He's wearing a glove anyway, but I want to get the anatomy right. So now on top of that, we have the other hand. Like so. I want to push this one a little bit to the background so it doesn't get mixed up. Okay, like this. So we have 3 segments of the hand. 1, 2, 3. This one is even not as far as that one. 1. This one exceeds them. 2, 3. It's kind of on the same level. 1, 2, 3. Here's the last finger. 1, 2, 3. So, okay, good. This needs to be taken a little bit to the back. It's one hand covering the other. Why can't I collect it, huh? Move it, move it, move it. Okay, good. So, good. Then we have the thumb kind of sticking out here. Okay, good. So these are the helping lines. On top, I'm gonna make the real fingers now. Don't look too much of the on the reference now because I made my construction here in this painting. Only on these parts where I don't know. Yeah, I want to move this one a little bit more in, closer. Need to pay attention on the thickness of each individual bone here. So you can don't do the curves out of your wrist. Use your shoulder for that. That's another lesson where I'm not really 100% good at. Something I'm still practicing. Just the knuckle I did right now, I think I would not be able to draw this curve out of my wrist. And I'm on smoothing still 0%. It's a smooth curve. I like that. I like to see that for sure. The only, like, for example, you're drawing bare hand right now, right? You're drawing a bare hand right now. But the real deal, the picture I'm painting is actually um, a person wearing gloves. So you could just say, yeah, you just paint the glove on top of the hand. What's the problem? First draw the hand, that's it. But there are details, like let's imagine the texture or the material of the glove is really thick. So there will be between the fingers always be this thick layer. Actually, there will be two layers because every finger has that layer, right? So in the end, the fingers won't be even able to be so close to each other as with bare hands. So what you're putting on top of it is even affecting the position of the hand itself. Yeah, I'm having a little bit of trouble. I'm trying to get this helping line a little bit to the left without disrupting the whole thing. Select first the helping lines. And now I can move it. Maybe there. And with that, I'll move the knuckles also a little bit. Move the whole thing over there. So that's good. This is the real hand layer, yeah. Always keep your layers in the right order. Here's the index finger. To have this knuckle a little bit higher. Pull this a little bit further. That way the knuckle of the index finger can press into the gap between the knuckles of the middle finger. I have to clean up anyway, I don't see very clean lines here. I have to clean up the line work anyway. So you see, I will do a third pass even. First a scribbly work to construct the hand, then defining it a little bit more, and then you see the problems, which you also need to get rid of. So the way he's holding the gun can get rid almost of the whole part here. So this is kind of in my way right now. I cut it out and I decrease the opacity to have a better look on the hand itself. Heh, you like? Thank you. Thanks a lot. I'm doing well. How are you? Thanks for asking. Here, by the way, this is the whole picture I'm drawing right now. So there will be several characters. I mean, it's the same character from different perspectives. We have a holiday today here, so no work, just drawing. How are your art projects going so far? I hope you're happy with the results. Knuckles and the rhythms it's doing is very subtle. Trusting the process is my main key. Yeah, trust the process. Trust the process. In the beginning of the stream, I was saying that I had the chance to play actually a game with the game's called Destiny, and I got the chance to play with the world's best Destiny player, only because I was lurking a long time inside his uh, Twitch channel. And during that, we played like an hour in a specific mode together. It's actually a team of three. So it was him. His name is Grenada Jake. Um, Nighthawk was the other one, and me. And yeah, at the end, I asked if I can draw his character, and he very much like that. So that's what I'm doing right now. Actually, drawing his character, and I also put like his face into the helmet. And I want to make it like there's it's cut through his helmet, so you can see the face and the helmet. So that's cool stuff. Okay. So I'm happy with the hand, how it looks right now. We might want to move this one a little bit up. So my multi-stream is not moving forward. It's not scrolling. That's the sorry part. Ah, there was already an issue last time. I need to find a way how can I track actually when my chat is scrolling. That's good enough. Get rid of that. The knuckles I want to keep actually. so. The other knuckle goes like this. Good. So now I can erase these knuckles because they are covered by the other hand. But then, on top of that, we need to be able to see these fingers here. Trying to give it some more corners, not just a squishy, soft curve here. Because otherwise it will look too soft in my opinion. So the gun is on the trigger. Right. The finger must bend around the trigger, right? That's the main thing. Finger goes kind of back there. Then this finger goes underneath where the trigger is. So. But it curves completely because it's in front of the other finger. This one starts then index finger underneath. You can make that the little finger is a little bit hidden there, that's fine too. So I'm diverging a little bit from what I constructed earlier. The other hand is where? There. Need to correct that one too. Alright, wonderful. Good. I think we are already so far that we can delete the auxiliary lines. This one. That's two. Alright, good. So next thing is that we can delete not everything. But whatever is covered by the hand. There you go, the whole trigger is covered. Okay, where's the other gun? Here also some parts can be erased because the hand is on top. This this line can go away. Okay, good. Trying to clean up the perspective lines here, especially where we don't need them. Let me put the gun back into the picture for a moment. So here we don't need it. Here we don't need it. This whole thing also not needed. But it seems to be that lower corner where it is actually needed. It looks like I forgot one, like a specific line. Which is interesting. Ah, because I made it bigger, I cannot overlay it. I need to make the one bigger too. No biggie. That's good. Almost completely adequate. Nice. Okay, good. This one goes even through here. Okay. Another line I forgot. There's the one here. 1 and 2. In any case, my friends, if you like the stream or like what you're watching, want me to see doing more of those, then feel free to like it or forward it. That helps becoming like an affiliate, and that for sure will give me the opportunity to put more time into this. I forgot one thing important. I'm gonna put that actually on a different layer. The lions here. Smoothen that a little bit. You actually have to be red, but two lions. Does he have a double tail or what is that? There seem to be lions in here. The picture's a little bit too pixelated, but we are really into the narrowest detail we can think of in this picture. All right. So I'm gonna make that a little bit brighter. And underneath, I'm gonna put it in the circle. You can color that later. Okay, nice. Back to the gun. Here's another oval. Here is a line. It is a piece of the gun. Okay. Seeing like here, for example, can also be a short line. Splitting the two colors apart from each other. I really hope when I do upload it on TikTok that I can use one of the soundtracks. Alrighty. Let's get rid of the lines here. I'm gonna put that aside. Nothing. Here you have to be careful not to erase anything of the ellipse, right? This can go away. Yeah, this is part of the gun. Needs to stay. Here too. Although this one gets thinner actually. Kind of interrupted. Interrupted and thinner. This is actually rather a wide line. So you don't want to make this one also too obvious. Well, let's see a little more, which needs to be 3D. There. 2 or 3 is fine. There's the thickness. This needs to be 3-dimensional. And then it walks down there. Good. We'll pay more attention on all these things later. So far, on a quick check, it looks like it's quite fitting. So now let's think, is it the right size? According to the face. A hand normally can cover your whole face, right? The palm goes from chin to nose. I think I can make it a little bit bigger, but not too much. It's also, the perspective is that it's getting closer towards the camera. The hands together. I don't know, is that a thing here? No, it's actually pretty clean. Okay, good to know. Of this part. Right. I kind of want to keep that a separate layer because it's not outlined. So we're gonna make a group out of this. We're gonna transform it. And I forgot something in my group. These three need to go in the group. Good. Transform, make it bigger. I think that's fine. Already looks pretty neat. We want to see the arm also to a certain extent, right? We're gonna move the gun further. I want to move the whole group, so I want to keep the group. So doing it. All three. Like so, that's fine. Then all right, we're gonna put his armor anyway there. But it looks cool. Definitely. So what are we going to do next? Let's try and give him this half cut open mask, yeah? So it's a warm husk ornament. Let's go in there. Warm husk ornament.
So Bungie finally gave us an exotic ornament for the Wormhusk crown that can fully shade. It's called the Acolyte's Ambition, and as you can see it works really well with the Epilos following set. Now the middle of the visor piece does act like a glow, so shaders like Scarlet Semblance will have a pulsating effect. And another unique glow shader photo.
Why do you have the darkest shaders on this thing? I need to see the contrast.
Now if you don't want to pay 600 silver for this exotic ornament, then you can wait until the end of the season and pay 1,500 bright dust. Let me know your thoughts on this ornament in the comments below.
Acolyte's Ambition. give me a nice picture of that. There you have it. I'm gonna snip it. Let's save it also as a material. We need to make his face fit inside of that. That's the challenge, okay? So on top of his face, trying to move the windows in a way that I can still read everything I want to read. All right. So this is where the symmetry line of the face is going through, right? Let's be exact. I think this is where it is. The actual eye, the center is rather here in the middle. This is where the eye sits. I don't know, can I kind of blend this away? Is that possible? Yeah. That makes things easier. He has a chin in there. Let me put the face maybe also into the background. There is a chin on the helmet. The helmet itself has to be bigger, of course, than the face of the person inside. Well, he's opening his face inside. But that should not affect the helmet, because the helmet cannot open its mouth, right? Like so. Then the single eye have to be like Just trying. Find the middle here. So this is the. So, and I don't know, it has to, the bone has to kind of go up and wrap around this thing. Then there's a second layer to the helmet, which goes out like this. It's not going lower than the actual chin. It's up for a long straight line here. The only thing is because I want to make it like, you know, cut through. So you can actually see his face, how he's shouting. Then it's cut through and then you see like the helmet. But then you have to actually also realize or think of like when you cut it open, what do you see inside the helmet? I mean, not his face. I mean, like the side view of the surface that has been cut. I think that's the issue here. The advantage of cutting it open is that symmetry won't be an issue. I think I'm gonna move this one now out because the helmet has a thickness. We have a slightly different perspective also. That's another issue, which leads to actually the shape of the eye, the Cyclops eye in the middle, needs to be tilted. So make that a little thinner. We'll make the cut like here. can see plenty of the skin. This is the glowy ball, which is on top of his head. Here's the bony part going around. Can even make the lips a little bit, this lower lip. Like so. Make it a little bit thicker. Maybe I want to continue with the helmet on the left side. It could make sense. It's actually a cool idea, yeah. Like that. There you see the bony part. I'm actually using the same helmet. It gives you additional health when you dodge, you know? So let's say we cut through here. Ville Wonka, thanks for the follow. Cool shit. Well, that helps to grow the channel. So I'm very happy that you did that. I mean, the message is like Ville Wonka follows the organizer, but since I think I am considered the organizer, that was a follow for me, I hope. Alright. This thing we don't need. This needs to look a little bit more bony. So we will continue that. Because the picture I have is quite blurry and I have to go into the inside the game and get like a better picture of that. Okay, so there it's cut open. can make it here also thicker because the lower lip is going out. To make it even thicker. So here goes the glass through. Let's say the glass goes all the way lower, but the metal part for the chin needs to go out again. This is still the glass where the face is in. Okay, nice. I think there has to be some cushion inside the helmet, like a normal helmet has too, right? So where are we gonna draw the rest of the helmet? This is kind of a very distinctive part of the helmet. It goes rather round towards the tip in the front. I'd love to play the Destiny music right now. That would fit. It put me into the right mood. I'm gonna move this a little bit closer. Tilt it a bit to get a nicer curve out of it. So I think I made this too swingy. Rather like that. What happens now when I put the face in? It's actually cool. I'm gonna cut out everything that's overlaid and hit that on, put that on invisible. And that is kind of there. Should be covered. I don't know what's happening with the beard, but it's fine. Okay, this all goes hidden, 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 hidden until here, let's say. We cut this out because we wanna put that on invisible. So we see him still inside there. This hairline on the top is kind of important, I think. Maybe I really don't do the front half of the helmet. Maybe I'm gonna keep it where as it is. I'd rather get rid of this part. Because I don't want the helmet to make him look stupid. And he has to be recognizable enough. That's the point. Okay, this one. Make this one disappear now. Okay. I think that's fine. Here we still have to decide how much. Did I get rid of his hairline? It's gonna disappear, that's fine. This one is really irritating here. Okay. Still have to give him his hair back, I think. Anyway, it's good. I like it. For more details of the helmet, I will make some screenshot from the game itself. This can disappear. But these we want. Me just put my references into the real folder. Already getting a little bit hungry. I think I'm gonna stream for like maybe 20 more minutes and then I'll go for food. What's the other picture I wanted to have? Seems like I didn't download it yet. So we're gonna do first something else. Okay, that's fine. So I think this hip is a little bit too far from each other. It needs to be smaller. Wondering why it's only painting gray, but that's fine. Okay, so here's the leg. Here will be the knee. This is normally like a shield. Going down to the leg then. Something like that. And the other leg. This. I think maybe something should also happen with his, because he's wearing a coat, right? Let me first erase these things here. The, the animation. I need to get this out of the layer, and that's the issue. This can go away. And here now we give him like a cool coat. A dynamic picture. Then you have to have his hand is not up here anymore. His arm will be going. Because here's his hand, right? His palm. Finger on the trigger. And then the arm goes down. And up. And I want his shoulder quite up as well, because this is where the gun rests. It rests on his shoulder. On the other hand, needs to be kind of here. It is a challenge itself, this hand. Put it in like that for now. I want to push the gun maybe a little bit further into the background because it's confusing. Rather, the hand should hold the gun here, I think. Looking this way. This is how you hold a sniper, don't you? I need a lot of foreshortening then here. So. This will be the other arm. And this is the upper arm. Okay, good. The only thing is that his face is kind of covering this area here. Can I maybe move him? To move him for the composition somewhere else. We'll find a way. We'll find a way. Jump in a little bit regarding the pictures. To upload another picture to Dropbox. That one. It's another hand. We need the hand. Okay. Good. That's what the palm looks like. And we have the rhythm of the thumb here. Here's the knuckle. Back to the bone. Here's the palm. I can change the size of the hand in a sec. Maybe make it too big. Let's see about that. He is showing off his gun, giving a clear message that if you want it, you can get it. If you want to breathe through a hole in your forehead, he could help you. Something like that. Okay. Well, this whole part here, compared to the rest of the hand, is too small. So let's increase it a bit. Maybe that was too far. The bone here is also just right. Where on earth is going with this thumb? Screwing up this hand. See the palm from the side, right? This is where it goes. This is where the knuckles are. So what kind of bone is this then? Rather like this, I think. This is how the palm is going. It's still the back of the hand. It's not so long, it's rather square. This is where the hand ends. And then we have the side view. In the side view, we have the thumb sticking out. Mm. See that? Feels like a hand now. And then we have the wrist going in there. I mean, when the gun hangs there, I can lift the whole hand. Move it closer to the forearm. That's not good. I want to add a selection. There you go. So actually, in that case, we have the wrist still going on, and then the lower arm. Also the wrist. Right, just in time. Finish the hand. Okay, good. The hand looks cool. I'm gonna change a little bit on the fingers or whatever. We finished. We didn't finish anything, but we already gave like a good idea how the position is with him and the sniper. Here we have him where you see the face, and then half is covered by the helmet, where you have the sidearm. Then we have already like this really relaxed position here, and then there will be still this animation, the sequence where he throws the knife into somebody in a very friendly way. The friendliest way you can throw a knife towards somebody. And that will be it for today. 2.5 hour stream. That's decent, I think. I'm already eager to continue because I like where this is going. Hope you enjoyed the process, and I will see you guys in the next stream.